things will change every day.
It seems we're
Wasted away.
another place where the
Faces are so cold. Drive all night just to get back home.
I'm a cowboy.
Come on!
Horse I ride.
Come on! Wake up! Let's go! Come on! God, that fires me up. Let's go! 'Cause I'm a cowboy! On a steel horse I ride! Get up! Wake up! Welcome to an experience of a lifetime. I'm Max Blade. We're vibe coding live. And I ain't fucking stopping until I buy my family a goddamn house. I need you to wake up! Jesus. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. I feel alive. I feel awake today. Listen, welcome to day 81 of vibe coding every single day until I buy my family a house. We are at 45,231 American dollars earned live on stream. And make no mistake, we're just getting started. Holy shit. We are legitimately just getting started. Guys, I was doing a lot of thinking this weekend. I was thinking a lot about how bullshit it is that we're being served this AI news from mainstream media, and they have no idea what's happening. I mean, we test drove Gemini Flash 3.7 live on stream. It's horrendous! It's all anyone ever wants to talk about, what Gemini is doing. We fired up Qwen 3.827B, the ultra dense open source Chinese high performer. And the model absolutely slaps. It's insane. And nobody wants to say goddamn shit about it. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of the AI news being garbage. So I'm thinking from this point forward. Good morning, Shoni. Good morning, Humble. Good morning, Zarian. Good morning, Marco. Good morning, Sahil. Good morning, Dante. To dust we return. Let's fucking go. Sigs, my guy. Brandon, the mug winner. Let's go. Good morning. What's up with the mic today? Is it fucked up? Hello? Hey, give me a W or an L if you guys can hear me. What's up with the mic today? Hello? Oh, am I clipping? Hold on. I'm clipping. I'm hot. You guys just got to let me know. You got to just say, hey, Max, you're hot. You're smoking hot. Can you hear me? I have been. Hold on. Let me course correct. I love it when you're hot, no homo. Give me a mic test. Give me a mic check. Am I less hot? Elite. Let's go. So anyways, guys, the news is kind of absolute garbage. And so I'm thinking honestly, we take that shit over ourselves. Welcome to the first ever Bladecast 1 AI news on the bleeding edge. I need you to sit the fuck down. I need you to lock in. We're going to be talking about what happened over the last 7 days. We're going to be talking about what happened this weekend. We're going to be talking about what happened this morning. And this news is completely unbiased, mostly completely relevant, handcrafted 100% of the way by AI agents. I need you guys to wake up. Listen, guys, let's talk about what happened last week. First of all, production, where is my music? Why do I have no music? Is it not? It's not possible to do news segment and music. You want to cut this later for a Twitter clip, and if I have the music playing, it destroys the whole thing. They're telling me we can't have music and the news at the same time. Holy Blade news! What a hot drop. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's talk about the news a tiny bit here. Let's talk about what happened. Jesus, production, you gotta fix the transitions. Where was my camera? Anyways, last week, guys, we got Grok. Guys, I need you to strap in. I need you to sit down. AI is moving insanely fast. We are going to do a quick recap of everything that happened last week. Okay, and we are going to get you guys up to date because I know a few of you are sleeping and I need you guys to wake up. I need you guys fully awake for this. All right, Grok 4.6 came out last week. Remember, this is a post-train on 4.5. It is not an entirely new model from scratch, okay? 4.7 is going to be a brand new model on brand new pre-training, which will have trillions of parameters instead of billions of parameters, and we'll take Grok AI to true state-of-the-art frontier levels. Okay, Grok 4.6 sort of matched the competition, sort of fell somewhere along Opus 5 levels in reality. We got Qwen 3.8 27B on Friday. I already talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the stream. It is a dense model. It is not a mixture of experts. Okay, so you are running 27 billion parameters on every single request sent. It is a fantastic model. It is running on literally people's gaming computers they use to play Call of Duty on. It is insane. It is a massive wake-up call for these labs, OpenAI and Anthropic specifically. People are now getting close to frontier level intelligence on their goddamn gaming computers that they're playing Call of Duty Warzone and Fortnite on. Let's keep moving. All right, nobody knows anything about this. This is Dote's 3-note preview from RedNote. It's a social app that just shipped. Who cares? Anyways, Muse Glimmer 30B also came out on, Monday, August 10th. All right, this model was dog shit. This model was dog shit. We tested it out on stream. It got a 2.8 out of 10. It is nowhere near close to where Qwen 3.8 27B is running as far as intelligence or just general output. Okay, Qwen smokes it on pretty much everything. The big news here is that Meta is stepping foot into the arena. All right. We all know you got to get your feet dirty. You got to step inside the arena. Your first at bat is not going to be amazing every time, but they're here. I'm looking forward to seeing them progress this model further, get greater efficiency and get greater output. V4 Pro 0813 was released by DeepSeek last week. This was Thursday, August 13th. We also tried this out on stream, okay? The benchmark showed this was a massive improvement, and this is not technically a brand new model. V4 Pro was already out, but they put a new rendition out, the 0813, okay? And they put out new benchmarks, and it absolutely just, it torched the previous benchmarks. It torched the previous benchmarks. We all know benchmarks mean jack shit. When we tried it out on stream, it was awful. It was awful. I mean, we were struggling to get any sort of output that even made sense. These models are really handicapped by not having vision. The big thing to talk about here is the price per intelligence on this model is absolutely insane. Okay, I mean, you're paying pennies in comparison to dollars to use anywhere near this level of intelligence from American labs. GLM 5.3. This is something we have not discussed yet on the stream or tried on the stream, and I want to jump into this and I want to see this. I want to feel this model out live. Okay. Are we allowed to say that? What the fuck does that mean? Should I take that over from the top? GLM 5.3 is just released. It has a 1 million context windows. The parameters are disclosed. Production, what the fuck? Or the weights are currently held back, but they're going to be open sourced. Okay, this model trades blows right up there with Fable 5 as far as benchmarking, but what we don't know yet is how this model actually feels in real life usage. I want to make landing pages with it. I want to make Subway Surfers game with it. I want to start building things with it and see if it actually is at Fable 5 level open source Chinese model. Okay, and apparently, the big story here is that this is going to be one of the leading models as far as cybersecurity goes, because as you know, American models are completely handicapped and they do not want to help us make anything secure right now. Okay, Alibaba, Qwen 3.8, Max 2.4. My baby. Everyone knows, like, I have a special place in my heart for Qwen 3.8 2.4T Max. Okay. I mean, Bunny Rabbit saying in chat, we love China. We don't love China. I mean, we don't hate China. We don't not love China. This is a completely unbiased news station, mostly 90% of the time. 100% of the time, half of the time we're unbiased. I would like to see the American labs win long term. Okay, I'm an American. I stand by America. Okay, there should be a flag up in the background somewhere. But these Chinese open source models are fucking incredible. Holy shit. Qwen 3.8 Max 2.4T came out and it just shocks the world. When we first tried it, it gave us kind of a false sense of efficiency because they were giving us 10-time usage in the very beginning. But this model stands right up there with Kimi K3, Fable 5, GPT 5.6 Sol, even though 5.6 Sol is really behind all of those. This came out Wednesday, August 12th, a 2.4 trillion parameter model. It is custom license, not Apache. All right, Google released Gemini 3.7 Flash. You guys already know this. We used it. I don't even really want to talk about it. It is horrible, horrific. if you have to use this model at work or whatever it is, I feel awful for you. I can't believe Apple is moving forward with using Gemini inside of their iPhones. This is absolutely terrible news. If something is not changed soon, I don't know what we're going to do. It will ruin iOS as far as an experience goes. Not only is this model just horrific across the board, but it's infuriating to use. You can't get the output that you're looking for. And every time we built something with it, it had this sort of weird ability to make you feel nauseous looking at the output. How many slides do we have left? Okay, NVIDIA releases Nematron 3.5 Lightning. All right, this is a big deal, big deal, big deal. You can run it on a DGX Spark, an RTX 5090, or a Jetson. All right, it's about 25 gigabytes when it's quantized. 30 billion parameters, 3 billion active. So I believe this is a MOE model or mixture of experts model. We have not tried this out. Supposedly insanely fast and halfway decent model. I would love to test this out on stream and see what it actually looks like in real world usability. And that was on Tuesday. That was last Tuesday that model came out. Jensen, you can never count Jensen out. Jensen, you know, he's the hardware guy. He's making all the hardware, but sometimes he can't help himself but cannibalize the market a little bit. And he is coming in and he is releasing some models. And we all know they have a massive leg up because they're the ones making the hardware the models run on. Where's Jesus? Okay, GPT 5.6 Cyber. So this is America's attempt to step into the cybersecurity game. It's weak. It's weak. All right, it loses to Soul. It's worse than Soul. It gets a 95% on cyber completion rate. The benchmark, if you care about benchmarks. I think that this was OpenAI's answer for the fact that it's disturbing that American models are not putting any focus on security because we believe it's some sort of safety issue, which in reality, I don't agree with. I don't agree with the whole setup. I think it's the wrong framework. It's the wrong approach for how we deal with AI and AI security worldwide, you know, but anyways, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Apparently, it found 2 unknown browser bugs and Google patched them. Big deal. Wow. LFM, nobody cares about that. Needle, nobody cares about that either. Twill, nobody cares about that. All right, and we're back. Guys, that was the news, and now you guys are all caught up. Let's go. Zarian says, how much does Qwen 3.8 Max 2.4T sub cost? It's $618. Stripe acquires OpenRouter for $7 billion. Wait a second. Wait, how many? Wait. Is that breaking news? Is that... Wait, we have breaking news coming across my desk right now. Stripe acquires OpenRouter for $7 billion. Is that real? I'm just taking what Humble says. I'm just completely taking what Humble says as true. Can we get any verification in chat? Pass what Humble says. Wait, this is actually legit crazy breaking news. Hold on. Doo-doo-doot, doo-doo-doot. I'm Max Blade with the Bladecast. We deliver AI news on the bleeding edge. Coming in live right now, we have breaking news. Doo-doo-doot, doo-doo-doot. Stripe acquires OpenRouter for $7 billion. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. Stripe is entering the AI game now. Open Router is cashing out. What is the play here? What is the next move here? Where are they going with this? Is Stripe going to try to create some sort of a monopolistic ecosystem of we handle not only the payments, we not only process the payments for your customers, but we also supply you the AI API endpoints? So they're getting it both on the front and the back. You can imagine here's the back door and here's the front door, and Stripe is getting it both ways. This is massive breaking news that you're only going to find on the Bladecast. Good morning, planet Earth. Oh, wow. Wow. Crazy. Dadgrind Gaming says, maybe not say it that way, lol. Smickle says, tell me more about this back door, please. Context Found says, plugging in payments for agents, all agents. Stripe will become the new Tencent of North America. He said both ways. I'm getting news from my correspondent live in the field. Humble says the acquisition also brings complex geopolitical considerations into Stripe's portfolio. A CNBC, CBC investigation published on July 7, 2026 revealed Chinese origin models captured 46% of U.S. enterprise. Jesus. Smickle, you gotta calm down there. Ayo. All right, so the news has been covered, guys. The news has been covered. That is really insane news, though, about the Stripe situation. Can I please get a tweet pulled up real quick before we move on from the news? God damn it, I forgot to sip my water while I was giving the news like this. Good morning, planet Earth. I'm Max Blade, and this is Bladecast 1, delivering AI technology news on the bleeding edge. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Okay. Stripe has nothing on it on their X account about this situation. How is that possible? The news is out, but Stripe's X account is not. They don't want to talk about it. I mean, this has to be the biggest news story. Oh, it's not finalized yet. Okay. All right. So here's what's gonna happen. What did San Diego do? Zarian, you don't know what that's from? Do you guys know what that's from? Type a 1 in chat if you know what that's from. I'm Ron Burgundy, and go fuck yourself, San Diego. My mom's here! Who put that on the teleprompter? Everybody knows Ron just reads straight off the teleprompter.
News team. I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Oh my God. Whoo. Careful cursing at stream open. All right, all right. I'm going to dial it back. Thank you, Brandon. I think that's going to be the direction we're heading with our news program. I don't know if it's like an every Monday thing, like a Monday morning, we do the news brief. And then we just try to get closer and closer to Ron Burgundy level of news in the AI world. All right, so guys, here's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway right now. Here's the takeaway, and I just read it in a comment, and I agree with it immediately. Kevin right here, which I think this guy has Canvas. I think this is a Canvas user, which I'm not even joking right now. I just randomly pulled this post up. I scrolled down. Like I just searched for Stripe. Okay, I found Stripe. I scrolled down. I read this take. Makes sense. We'll be transitioning to tokens as a currency after all, which unbelievable take. Okay, and then I realized it says Kevin, and I'm 90% sure this guy comes to the stream often and has Canvas. But that is 100% what's going to happen. That is 1,000% what's going to happen is tokens will be standardized and then turned into currency. And that will be the way forward for a Bitcoin type currency to actually have like a gold standard backing like the US dollar started with. It's actually blowing my mind a little bit right now. Standardize the token, convert to currency. Stripe is already doing payment processing. They sneak in token as payment form. Wow. Connex Fountain says, interesting. You think units of work or exchange rates between different models? Doc Kid says, I have a question. I'm about to release an app, but don't know how to send it out to people to purchase. Any suggestions? It depends on what kind of app you're going to be releasing, my friend. Stablecoins, agents buying stuff. Wonder if this is how crypto is adopted. This is 100% how crypto is adopted. The problem is there's no backing. I'm sure people will say there will, but there's no like real concrete backing behind the any of like the crypto right now that gives away any sort of feeling of trust or anything like that. But if we use tokens for the cryptocurrency world, then it has value. It has value. The token gets you a certain amount of work done with Fable 5, GPT-6. By the time this is a real thing, it'll probably be, Fable 18. And what's the new GPT model called? Atlas? Is it called Atlas? Did I make that up? GPT-6? Astra. NVIDIA coin. Humble, holy bomb dropped at Humble. What does he say? What does he say? All right. Empo is a payments first layer 1 blockchain incubated by Stripe and Paradigm, purpose built for stablecoin payments at scale. But does that have any carryover to tokens? Oh, Tempo is a payments first layer 1 blockchain incubated by Stripe and Paradigm, purpose built for stablecoin payments at scale. David Kang is here. He says, whoa, brother, is crisp on a Monday. Thank you. Good afternoon, Bon. This is a direct grab at the Cloudflare feature for paid requests by agents. It is. The core leadership is the board of governors whose members are appointed by U.S. President and confirmed by the Senate. Oh, he says the Fed is not owned by the U.S. government. All right, guys. So this is some crazy shit. GitHub is down worldwide, dude. Is mental. Is GitHub honestly down right now? Someone is going to come in and replace GitHub because they've absolutely dropped the ball. It's unacceptable. They're down worldwide right now. Oh my God. I mean, how long has GitHub been doing GitHubbing? How long have they been doing GitHubbing? And they are down. Oh my God. It's funny because I was waiting for something to commit so that we could try it out on stream, but I guess this is... I guess we're going to have to rsync to the server. Jesus, guys. So this is not at all new for GitHub. This has been recently. Their outages have been unacceptable. They've been an all-time high level of outages. I don't know if they're vibe coding over there. I don't know what they're doing. But somebody will come in and they will provide a dead simple solution that'll work perfectly with agents. I mean, agents already work well with GitHub, but it'll fit the vibe coding workflow better in some way. I don't know exactly how. And they're going to smoke them because everybody's so upset about the GitHub situation. And the pinnacle of developers are, talking about on social media nonstop. You guys see it on the X feed, on YouTube, everywhere. How GitHub is dog shit. It's been down all the time, and they're going to lose market share. And then someone new is going to come into the scene whose agent first is up at all times, and they're going to fuck it. It's because their usage is bonkers with activity. I can't even imagine. I replaced GitHub with Forgejo. Just roll your own GitLab instance. I don't want to own my own GitHub instance, is what I decided. I actually really enjoy that with GitHub, it's third party. It feels like when I commit or I push my work, it's in someone else's hands that I used to highly trust. Not saying that I don't trust GitHub anymore, but it felt very relieving to know, okay, I have my copy at home here. I have my copy on the server, and then I've taken a copy of the work that I've put in for the last 1,000 hours of something, and I've given it to a third party. It's completely out of my hands. There's another person involved. It's their main thing to keep my shit up, keep it secure, and not lose it. Like that feels amazing. I don't want to have it. I want someone else to have it. Wasn't GitHub inspired from Linus, the guy who made Linux? I believe that Git was created by Linus, which is crazy that he's that much of a goat that he makes Linux. which is the operating system of the internet. And then, I mean, Linux runs everything. Like every single thing. Anything commercial, the internet is all powered by Linux. And then also he creates Git, which is also used by everything. Like the man only ships absolute bangers. Oh, you have done this for years. Here's 1,000 times more repo creation. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Yeah, signed up for Cursor Origin already. Should be testing soon. I don't know. I mean, Cursor could be big enough to step in and be the new GitHub. I don't even think it's a money thing. Like obviously now that they have Elon, they have infinite money. I don't even think it's going to be a money thing. It's going to be a trust thing. Who has the people's trust the most and is going to make it agent friendly and take over? Robbie Hyatt, what's up? What's up? What's up? All right, guys. All right, enough talking about the news. Enough talking about the news. But I'm glad we got to. I do think, like maybe not daily, but at least once a week, possibly multiple times a week, we're going through the news. We're going through the news. All right, we're finding the today was a rough run through. Okay. All right, you guys know how I roll. We'll level this up. We'll make it an amazing segment on the stream. And together, we will be so fucking locked in to everything that is happening in the ecosystem that it will slow down. Me and you, listen to me. Look at me. Look me in my eyeballs. Look me in my cold, dead. I'm just kidding. Listen, we're going to get so dialed into the news, the dates at which it happens, the implication of the AI news that's happening. You know, so not only this just happened, but let's talk about the implication down the road, what this could possibly mean for you making money, for you having stability in your life, for you finding some sort of arbitrage that 100x's the value of your side project. As we do that recurringly, it's going to slow down the clock. All right. And just think about everybody else in the world is sprinting, exhausted, burned out, gassed out, trying to keep up with the rocket that is AI evolution. So together, through our silly news program, we're going to slow it down the clock. And we're going to be like, what is the guy in Limitless? What is the actor in Limitless? God, why am I not awake today? Very handsome. What is the actor in Limitless? Thank you for saying I look like him. Bradley Cooper. Just like Bradley Cooper in Limitless, when the world slows down around us, that's when we start making major plays. When we have a full picture, a clean, clear picture of what's happening around us, okay, when we have 4D, 5D, 6D vision of not only the timeline, but the evolution and the implications, that's when me and you are going to arbitrage, take advantage, and dominate. Lock in. Sam's Game Closet says, so I got to hang out with Brandon Makes in Discord last night. Pretty cool dude. Absolute legend. I can't wait till I get to hang out in Discord with him. Absolute legend. And I love when people are hanging out in the Discord. I love that. Nothing makes me happier. I feel like we've created an amazing space for all this. An amazing. All right, back to the mission at hand. We are developing CNVS, which is our agentic development environment. This iOS app. I knew it was going to happen. I felt so ready. I felt so locked in to send it out to the world. But it's not ready. It's not ready yet. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I spent the weekend, refining, dabbling, working. It's not ready yet. There's these edge cases that we need to sort out together. Okay, we need to sort out some of these edge cases together. The big one is going to be figuring out. I swear to God, if you follow that speech with Subway Surfer, the big one is going to be like on my OpenClaw or my Hermes computers, I run amphetamine, which obviously keeps the Mac active the whole time. The biggest issue with having it control your Mac and not like having your agents on your Mac and not having them where they belong, which is a virtual private server running Linux. Let me back up for a second. All right, so we're making Canvas, right? It's the vibe coding platform of the future. All right, we can run all of our agents, whatever brand, whatever flavor you want to get into. All right, and we can run them side by side. They have an MCP server and CLI tooling, so they can spawn each other, they can prompt each other, and they're also fully voice controlled local with NVIDIA Parakeet. And in the cloud with GPT Real-Time and Grok Think Fast. So I actually have conversational voice control of the canvas, which is really cool. Hello?
Hey, I can hear you loud and clear. What are we working on today? Code, canvas layout, or something else fun?
Can you please close all these agents?
All set. All the agent terminals are closed, and the canvas should feel much calmer now.
All right, can you please open up 4 Claude Code agents, 4 Grok agents, 4 Codex agents?
They're coming online now. 4 Claude, 4 Grok, and 4 Codex agents are spinning up.
Okay, amazing. Go to sleep. So Canvas, agentic development environment of the future, voice controlled, badass coding platform. I'm building the iOS app because with these coding workflows, the ability to monitor a long-running agent on your phone is amazing. It feels so good. It feels incredible. I find myself setting up these agent runs that can run 5 hours. I have an agent running 48 hours. Okay? That's not something I want to sit in front of my computer for, nor is it possible to. So the ability to spawn agents, keep track of agents, and prompt agents straight from a dead simple interface on my phone is just, it's life-changing. It's unbelievable. when you run agents in a Linux environment, you don't have to worry about any of the Mac OS operating system garbage trying to slow you down. Okay? It's always going to be awake. There's never going to be an update thing or this thing or that thing. There's not 18 different like sleep, low power, log out states to deal with. It's fucking simple. The agent is running. The operating system is alive. That's it. You connect to it. It works. So that's what a remote agent on a Linux server looks like. It's clean. It's efficient. And honestly, like the same problem would happen on Windows too. All right. This is why we don't run our websites on Windows or Mac OS. Because they would be constantly going down at all times, right? We run them on Linux because it's designed to just work, be awake, and just run forever. So the issue becomes when you're on your iPhone app and you want to dial into Canvas to spawn an agent or look at agent runs or whatever it is. If the Mac OS operating system state doesn't allow for that, then you have an issue. The workaround that I have for my Hermes agent and my OpenClaw agent that's running on a Mac is I run something called Amphetamine, which Amphetamine is a cool tool. You have to give it like full system access or whatever it is. And basically, it keeps your Mac 1000% awake on network, on the full deal. There's no sleep, there's no log out, there's no nothing. Okay? No matter what, the Mac is going to be awake and it's going to be fully ready to do work. Sort of like the same way a Linux server would be. This is super important when you're running Hermes or you're running OpenClaw, because now when I message my Hermes or my OpenClaw agent from Canvas or Discord or Telegram, they're always alert and they're always online and they always can do work for me. The same way my Hermes and OpenClaw agents that run on virtual private servers on Linux can do it as well. Now, I don't want to ship an app where somebody has to download and use a third-party tool like Amphetamine in order for the iOS app experience to be at the level that it needs to be at. I mean, that's just not how I roll. I'm not going to ship an app and have like a little, hey, if you want this app to actually work, download and install Amphetamine. That's not what we're doing. Okay, so the workaround instead is figuring out some toggles or some settings inside of Canvas, the Mac app, so that we have different layers maybe. You know, if somebody doesn't want to go full Amphetamine, your Mac is always on no matter what, and it will literally kill your battery, then that's fine. But we have to figure out some sort of balance. Neo Prometheus says Grand Rising, Max and Blade fam. Let's go, Canvas builders. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Sam's Gaming Closet says, are you going to talk about the AMD 9070 XT AI GPU, 32 gigabytes of VRAM, $1,200? When did this come out? To be honest, I'm not a massive AMD guy. Is this Ben out? Is this Ben out, Sam? Launched last year. Launched last year? The AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT was released on March 6, 2025. Caffeinate is installed by default on Mac OS and has been built into the operating system since OS X Mountain Lion. It lives natively in USR bin. Caffeinate does the same. This is what I'm talking about. All right.
There's no browser.
I need you to close
Copied it to your
everything.
clipboard.
All set? Everything's closed and the canvas is clear.
Can you please open a Claude agent?
A Claude agent is up and ready to go.
And can you please open a Grok agent?
A Grok agent is now open and ready for your next command.
Oh wait, can you prompt Chase and say actually hold on, you can go to sleep right now. Alright, we gotta put this in we gotta put this in Fable. Alright. We built her just opening terminal windows, my brother. Let's go! All right, can you please prompt Chase? And I want to do a deep dive on Caffeinate, the Mac OS version of like amphetamine. And right now, my main issue is I have this beautiful iOS app, okay, that is Canvas Pockets, which lets me spawn and prompt and have full transparency of all my agents that are active inside of Canvas. But the issue I'm dealing with is all of these crazy states that Mac OS operating system has that it feels like whether my Mac is online or in the right state dictates the end user experience for the Canvas Pocket app. So don't make any code changes yet, but give me a nice, brief, clear, actionable report of what we can do moving forward. Find the surgical problem right now, and then let's figure out the fix moving forward. And I'm thinking it might be a settings panel inside of Canvas that has maybe a few stages. Like stage 1 is just like, yeah, I want to kind of like keep my Mac awake when my agents are doing work. And then like maybe stage 3 is like full psychopath mode. That's like, keep my fucking Mac online and fully working at all costs. I don't care if I'm unplugged and on 3% battery remaining, but I want that shit to burn it down no matter what.
Chase is on it. I asked for a brief, actionable report that identifies the core state problem and proposes a staged keep awake settings approach, without making any code changes yet.
Okay, first of all, hold on 1 second. I gotta say something. Apps Creative, what's up? Okay, also, can you please prompt Marshall? I want to do a deepest of deep dives on the beautiful command bar that we have at the bottom. My main issue with the command bar is occasionally I will accidentally hit the wrong key, okay? I'll hit the wrong key for doing like local NVIDIA voice prompting, and then I will go and hit the correct key, which is the GPT real time. All right. The visual indicator does not currently update immediately. that I've switched to GPT real time, it'll show some sort of like failed. It'll show like a failed message for NVIDIA Parakeet because I don't actually say anything. Like I just hit the key once, and it'll be stuck on that. When in reality, if I hit that and it fails, okay, great. And then when I hit the key that I want to hit, which is GPT real time, the visual indicator should immediately update to show the new situation. Okay, so sometimes it gets kind of lost in the sauce, and it'll lag behind, and it will get stuck on previous states when the indicator should feel real time as to what is exactly happening right now. Do not make any code changes, but produce a very brief and surgical report of not only the issue that we have here, and you need to find all the issues. Don't just stop at what I'm telling you. If there's anything else there, find it and produce a elegant, simple. Do not add complexity to the app. Fix for the situation. I would like to end up with the same or even less lines of code after this fix is in place. Do not pile on a bunch of AI slop garbage. Don't write any code yet. Give me a nice clean report.
Marshall's running with it. I asked for a clean, brief report that finds every root issue and proposes a simple, low-complexity fix with no code changes.
All right, enough! Could you please open a Claude agent and one more Grok agent?
They're both up and ready. Your new Claude agent and a Grok agent are running.
Go to sleep. What does this say? What does this say? All right. This is why we have the backup. Let's go to settings. Let's go to settings. Oh, the backup's got 14% left. You guys probably can't see this, can you? This is why we got the backup. Let's go. Fire up the backup. I'm going to do Claude, and then I'm going to choose the backup account. And then I'm going to go /usage. And then I'm going to go, okay, that was the backup account. Or was that not the backup account? What's happening? What's happening? Are we cooked? All right, the backup account is cooked. The main account is fine. We're on Opus 5. Let's switch model to Fable. Let's grab this prompt. Just like that, we are right back in action. Just like that, we are right back in action. They literally can't hold us down. They literally can't hold us down. You got like 3 more subs, right? Of course. Max, why would you recommend Hermes Agent? I haven't used it and don't understand use cases. You can think of your Hermes Agent. So like Claude Code is a tool. Okay. Claude Code is a Dyson vacuum cleaner. You're there cleaning away, and it does a great job, all right? Claude Code is the Dyson vacuum cleaner. You're there using it with your hand. And you are cleaning the floor with it. Hermes is a lot more like a Roomba. All right? It knows the layout of your house. It comes out every morning. It cleans. It doesn't do as good of a job as the Dyson because you're sitting there with the Dyson and you're going to make sure you get behind the sofa. And if there's something silly and little there, then you're going to clean that up. And also sometimes the Roomba is going to suck up a USB-C cable. And it's going to get stuck, and you're not going to realize it's stuck for an hour and a half, and you'll finally realize it. You'll be like, "Oh shit, this is stuck." And then you're going to take the USB-C cable out of the Roomba, the robot vacuum, okay? And then you're going to press restart, and it's going to go about its thing, and it's going to clean the house for another 2.5 hours and go back to its dock and do the same thing tomorrow. You understand that? You understand that? It's a really weird distinction, and I see a lot of people struggle with it. And I see all the time on the X timeline that same question where people are like, I don't understand the difference between like Claude Code and Hermes or whatever. And it just comes down to the level of abstraction, which I hate saying that because that's ultra confusing. But it's like, man, when you are using Claude Code, okay, it's typically only for vibe coding, and you are holding the fucking tool in your hand. Okay, you're holding the screwdriver in your hand, and you are unscrewing it. When you're using Hermes, you are now a higher level of abstraction away. All right, so someone else is holding the tool. And you're messaging from afar. You're messaging from Discord, from Telegram, from iMessage. You're messaging from afar to someone else that's holding the tool. And they are working on the thing. So it's nice because you can set up automations. It has a memory system that lives above all of your projects. So it knows you. It knows all your projects. But it's a level of abstraction higher. All right. I have never been able to get as granular with Hermes as I have with like Claude Code or Codex, where I am holding the screwdriver myself and I am working with my hands, it feels like. Okay. Hermes and even OpenClaw is amazing because it can have access to all your shit. It can know you, like really know you, because it has this memory system. Okay, you can have a conversation with it. You can set up automations. You can plug it into a whole bunch of shit, like your business analytics, your site page analytics, revenue, conversion rate, all that shit, and give it a really solid context of your entire life. You can tell it, you got a family and kids, and how do I get my fucking life on track, man? And here's my marketing sites that I do marketing on. Here's my X. Here's my YouTube. Okay, it's great for all of that kind of stuff. It's like a catch-all, you know, there for you agent, but it's not my first pick for when I'm doing coding and I'm actually building something. It's never my first pick. It's not even close to my first pick. My dad likes it a lot, and I don't think he wants to be as in the weeds as pulling up a terminal, creating a directory, launching a Claude Code agent, and really getting inside the nitty-gritty of each individual element. He really enjoys the fact that he has his Hermes agent. He could talk to it in really plain English. It could set up a directory. It could set up a GitHub repo. It could set up sub agents using Claude Code or whatever, and handle all that for him and create apps and do all of that stuff. So it comes down to what you're trying to get into. Comes down to what you're trying to get into. If you are going for I'm trying to make apps that the app I'm going to be, you know, marketing it, and the app itself is going to help with marketing, so it has to be really beautiful and have this crazy refined user experience that I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get my hands in there in the nitty gritty and really modify and design the user experience and the user interface elements yourself. Then I think that Hermes is too far, and OpenClaw is too far abstracted away to be a vibe coding tool. The Zarian says your dad vibe codes. Oh yeah, he's got Canvas up on his up on a TV in his office. It's awesome. Don is here. Felipe is here. Robbie says, what's your father's technical background? He's just a savage. He's where I get my savagery from. No formal schooling or anything like that or nothing. He's just a savage who likes to stay up to date with tech, and me and him have always been crazy into tech. He kind of sparked my passion. He sparked my passion and love for technology at a super young age. I'll never forget when he ordered, I'm crazy young, and he ordered all the parts to build a computer. You know, and he has zero idea how to build a computer. This is way so far back in the day, guys. All right, I'm 32 years old. I'm very young. Like, this is a faint memory. You know, and he figured out how to build a computer just himself, just like out of savagery. Like, this is back when you would go on Newegg. Like, you wouldn't even consider Amazon or anything like that. You would go on Newegg and you would order like the individual components. And there wasn't like it was not like it was now at all. It was absolutely nothing like it is now making a computer. Like, there weren't even SATA cables. There were these old cables. Type a 1 in chat if you guys remember. Type a 1 in chat if you guys remember. Can we get Max down on stream? Type a 1 in chat if you guys remember the ribbon cables. What is it called? ID. Fuck. What was it called? It wasn't SATA. Before SATA, we had IDE. Was it IDE? It's weird that it's called IDE and there's also an IDE on the computer. Dude, this was so crazy back in the day. Holy shit. Okay. It looks even worse than I remember. But it's legendary. It's legendary. Dude, look at this cable, dude. Look at this cable. Hold on, let me... Mind you, you can't really tell, but mind you, this is like inches long. This has got to be how many inches? How many inches wide is this? This is it was crazy. Just so you know, guys, if you've built a computer like up to date nowadays, it's gotten so much more refined and just like accessible. Holy shit. Back in the day it was crazy, dude. It was crazy. Look at this goddamn cable. So you just had these things. You just had these things flopping inside in there. Your motherboard was green. You guys remember green motherboards? They used to be green, guys. 3.5-inch floppy disk. Yes! SCSI cables. See, I don't even know what that is. Wow. This is some high-end shit. Wow. This is Dude, back in the day, if you had one of these, wow. You're dialed in. You're dialed in, okay? And then your graphics card had a, you remember DVI? Does anybody remember DVI? DVI was kind of nice. And you would, it had the two posts on the side, and you would screw them in. So you'd insert the DVI, and then you would screw in the little side posts on it, and then that shit's locked in there. Like, if you accidentally tripped over this cable, who knows what's going to happen? Like, either your fucking monitor is getting ripped off of something, your graphics card's getting ripped out of the back of your computer. Who knows? Once you've secured the DVI cable with actual screws into the port, like imagine if an HDMI cable had screws and you screwed them into the back of monitors were broken. That's a load-bearing cable. LOL, you took everything with you. VGA. So VGA was before me. Remember graphics cards with SLI? Oh my god. I was fortunate to have an SLI set up way back. That was the height. That was probably one of the heights of gaming computers and all that. Is if you had an SLI set up, like you felt like the raw dog. It was in a laptop, so I never got to experience the SLI connector. But the SLI connector, holy shit. I don't think that's still a thing at all. Dude, if you ever got to experience plugging in the SLI bridge, oh my god. I mean, this is the absolute height. I don't think there's probably not an experience better than you. Oh my god. Could you even imagine? What are these, Titans? Are these? No. This is way before Titans, right? What would you SLI back in the day? It wasn't a Titan. Was it a Titan? Or was that way before Titan? Are we building a Windows PC for Canvas on stream? Dude. We're definitely gonna build a PC on stream. I can't believe we have not thought about that. I can't believe we have not thought about that. Daisy chain just to get to 1 gigabyte? No way. Were we seriously talking about 1 gigabyte of VRAM daisy chaining them? That's insane. If that's true, that's insane. I can't believe that. That sounds so crazy nowadays that you would spend, I don't even know how much money. Probably back then it was like $500, or maybe it was more. Maybe it was $1,000 for, you know, each card, $3,000 for all 3 of them to put them in SLI to try and get a gigabyte of VRAM. And you know that the bandwidth on that shit was like, had to be way bad. All right, the surgical problem. Hermes does have a hosted solution to their portal, but if you set up on your machine, then just select your GPT subscription or other models. If I wasn't live streaming, like if you're not live streaming or whatever, I think that having a Hermes agent on your actual computer that you use, I mean, it depends on your risk tolerance, actually. Like, you guys know that my risk tolerance for technology is far too high. When it comes to stuff I'm not selling, when it comes to my own personal shit. But having Hermes run on your personal computer is the way. It just is. Like in a perfect world, you have one that's on a virtual private server, and that way there it's got 99.999999% uptime. And then you have one that's running on your personal computer, so it has full context of everything that's happening. But on the same foot, Hermes is probably the wrong tool for also 90% of people. Like the majority of people really struggle, even me myself, with automations or creating leverage through AI agents. And like a better tool would just be something like Canvas or Claude Code or Claude Desktop or Codex Desktop. All right, the surgical problem. The surgical problem. Pockets away from Mac experience is hostage to Mac's power state, and Canvas currently does nothing about the power state. The 3 concrete gaps ranked. Canvas never takes a power assertion. The Mac just falls asleep. Repo-wide grep, caffeinate, IOPMA assertion. Jesus. 0 first-party hits. The default power settings, a Mac idle sleeps in minutes. Every agent terminal freezes mid-task and relay uplink socket dies. From the phone, that doesn't happen. That actually doesn't happen to me. But from the phone, the entire fleet just vanishes. This is the root cause of whether my Mac is in the right state, dictates the end user experience. Oh, for the iPhone, that does happen, yes. No wake or network change recovery. Reconnect is slow and blind. The plan, phase 0, reconnect hygiene, do first, free, no settings UI, helps everyone. Okay, amazing. Phase 1, the keep awake settings, pocket pane, new settings section. Okay. Phase 2, phone side honesty, render the 3 states distinctly, online, asleep, offline, show the last seen time, and when APNs land. Okay. Implementation pointers, assertion manager. Nice. All right, this is great. This is promising. This seems really promising. All right. Please build out phase 0 and phase 1, and also build a full test suite so we can test every aspect of this individually and cohesively end to end. I want to make sure we create 0 side effects. There's no weird bugs on both the Mac app side and the iOS app side. Do not start testing until I give the go ahead, but notify me when it is fully built out, the features and the testing suite. And then I will give you the go ahead to fire up some a development Mac app and a development iOS app and start running the testing suite to ensure that everything runs and operates perfectly. You are really great at implementing great UI and UX. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I feel like that is honestly the biggest struggle right now. Like you can build anything, but building it in a way that the UI or UX feels like intuitive and beautiful and inviting is a whole different thing. And luckily for us as builders, I think it's a massive opportunity. The AI can't nail it. It cannot fully nail it yet. I mean, there are definitely times where it does nail it. But for the majority of things, especially if there's any complexity going on, it just requires like hard work and iteration and hard work and iteration. Did you drive Grokbot yet? Yes, I did. I think Grokbot's gone. Grokbot, why is title day 81? It's like 85. Because let me show you why. Let me show you why. Here's my thought process. All right, so first of all, for the members of the stream, thank you so much, guys. That's crazy. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. Second of all, here's my page, right? Okay. Also, we have 5,000 subs last week. Amazing. Amazing. That blows my mind also. Vibe coding until I buy my family a house. Right? Last week, we dicked around a lot, which is fine because we made a ton of sales. We brought in a lot of views. We had an insane amount of fun. I had fun last week. I don't know if you guys had fun last week. It was great. And so take a look at this. So you can see we did a lot of dicking around, right? So here is us trying out Grok 4.6. Here is us trying out Grok 4.6 more. Here's us trying out Qwen 3.8. And inside of those streams, there was even more dicking around with other stuff. Not a single one of these streams is me building Canvas and doesn't really follow the storyline of the previous streams of day whatever the fuck and then how much money we made and then me building Canvas on stream. So for the sake of this playlist, I thought it was only fair that I don't throw in, like, look at how clean this is. This is so clean, right? Day 77, day 78, day 79, day 80, day 81. I thought for the sake of the playlist, it's only fair if I don't throw in 4 days worth of us having a blast, but also dicking around. Because, unbelievably, I can't believe it, but I do appreciate it. Context Pound says banana gun. Dude, I ran the banana game for 48 hours. Fable 5 and Opus 5. It might be the best thing I've ever made. I think we're going to wait till tomorrow to show it. I think we're going to wait till tomorrow to show it and play it together. I ran it for 48 hours. So I ran it all day on Saturday and Sunday. Overnight. Actually, more than 48 hours because I just shut it down right when I started the stream. I paused it. Wow. I'll show you one thing. For those of you that don't know, I want a game. I want a vibe coded game that we can play together. So like I can set a goal on the stream, be like 50 likes, we hop into a game of team deathmatch on the banana game. And I want it to be clean. I want it to be quality. Like we make all these games, but they're just to showcase models, and they end up being like, you know, just super bad because they're one prompt, like our Subway Surfers game and all that shit. I wanted a game that we can progress on. Maybe I even make it open source, and then the community can help build it out as well. Hold on one second. I had it start with making a test suite so it has full transparency of what is happening inside of the game. Dude. Let me show you something. I spent 12 hours making what I'm calling a transparency level so that AI models can actually see what is happening in the 3D world of the game. Because I firmly believe that's the biggest bottleneck right now to vibe coding games is these models really struggle with like, let me take a screenshot and then try to fix whatever the fuck is wrong with this game, you know? It's just not a good methodology for improving a 3D game. So I created this transparency suite that, I mean, I don't know. It must have spent eight hours building this transparency suite so it can see exactly like in the 3D world what it's creating and developing. Dude. Dude. The outcomes are fantastic. Everything it's making is getting better and better every day. Like very here's spatial 3D audio directional audio. Here's like map layout and making sure everything's traversable. Sight lines. Ping. First person perspective everywhere on the map. Other elements other than the true like large map elements. More of the transparency layer. This is going to refresh again because it refreshes automatically every 45 seconds. I set up this thing called a workbench so it can automatically update the workbench as the gauntlet loop is going for, you know, like 48 hours and provide me updates with everything it's building out as it's building it. But holy shit. This is definitely the best vibe coded game I've ever made. And it's not even close. It's not even close. Like, it is so good. It accounted for everything. Like, everything. It is clean. It is really clean. animation states, the full deal. The full deal. Hit markers, damage indicators, map traversal. Wow. It's dialed in. It's dialed in. Upgraded Max Bench. Thanks for sharing. Crazy. Holy shit. Damn. .html. This is so fire, Max. Thank you. Hey guys, searching for contacts that like vibe coding and SaaS. Do you know some group or community? Yeah, you had to join our Discord. I think we almost have 600 people on our Discord. We need a Quake 3 type game for stream. So my thought process is, if we perfectly nail every mechanic and testing suite for the game, all right, inside of shipment free for all, right? So we have the Donkey Kong style game, and then we nail every aspect of the game. So the movement mechanics, the shooting, the hit registration, how it runs on the server, the sound, the weapons, the reload, everything you could possibly think of. We nail that on a small map like shipment, right? In free for all. We basically created an engine that has a full testing suite that's fucking next level, that allows us to bring it to like a battle royale or a Counter-Strike style plant the bomb. Like it can unfold into anything. So like I started with the map shipment, Call of Duty shipment, and then a free for all game type, so that we can just nail everything perfectly, and it's simple and it's small and it's reasonable, and then we can build out from there massively. It's gonna be badass. All right, let me see what this says. Oh, let me make the text bigger so you guys can actually see what's going on here. All right. Jesus, why is this so... Can you tell Marshall to give me a like 4-sentence max summary of this situation here?
Marshall's on it. You should get a tight summary back in just a moment.
Is that node in Canvas official? That would be cool. I know I was thinking about how we could make that official, but honestly, just using the browser, the Canvas in-app browser, that's all that was. So that's the browser. And then telling it every so often as you're running this loop, I need you to send an update in the best way possible. So either a sound clip, a video clip, screenshots, graphs, whatever, of what you've recently got done, fixed, or improved. And it's nice because before when you and I call it a workbench, workbench.html. So it just makes this HTML page and opens it up in the Canvas in-app browser. And previously, the problem is you would run these loops and then there'd be zero transparency, right? So you could run a loop forever, indefinitely. That's what this loop is that's running right now in this game. It's not running right now because it had some sort of API error this morning. But it says API error 529 overloaded. I don't know what that is. But we'll restart it and it'll just keep going. It'll go indefinitely the way I set the loop up. Now, when you have the transparency to see what it's working on, what it's improving, it becomes steerable because it can show you what it's doing. and it can provide a recap here of all the stuff that it's doing. And if you don't like something, you can say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. But what I want to tell you is that latest update you did, we need to modify this or that, or this needs to be improved. I don't like the way that looks. And now your loop is like a steerable ship. Versus before, you would let it rip for 12, 24 hours, and you're just crossing your fingers like, I hope this is going to be something good at the end of 12 hours when I've spent 12 trillion tokens. But the live update is a game changer. So HTML file called Workbench, open it inside of the CNVS in-app browser. Make sure it updates every 45 seconds. And so it's just refreshing the page every 45 seconds. That doesn't mean that it adds any new data to the page, if that makes sense. And the update is a cron job, so it doesn't require any tokens. That's why it's happening even without the agent being live. So essentially, that way there, if the agent does write anything new, every 45 seconds, you're going to guarantee it's at the top of the page, which is really nice, especially for someone like myself. If I start a loop, I can just have my laptop open, which eventually will be the iOS app, but I can just have my laptop open, and if I glance at my laptop, the stuff that's on the top, since it updates every 45 seconds, is always going to be the latest thing. So when there's something new there, I can just peek in, at hour 6, hour 8, hour 10, and I can say, oh, wow, it did this. Let me go and see what the photos or the screen recordings are, what it looks like. And if I like it, I don't say anything. If I hate it, I might send a quick prompt over to the agents and say, whoa, 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 whoa. You're heading the wrong direction here. And it's so important that you mess around. It's probably the most important thing you can do is you mess around with stupid shit like this. Because just by messing around and following my natural curiosity, I feel like I've discovered my favorite way of creating leverage by having a looping agent that's pretty autonomous, working without me, that I have full transparency and can steer around. And I would have never stumbled upon like this setup without messing around. So I will directly take this workflow and apply it to all of my apps that I'm making moving forward to create leverage. Like, it's an insane workflow. It's awesome. It's beautiful. Maybe add, where is that? Maybe add inline comment boxes that can rewrite the gauntlet loop for bits you want to remark on. That's a good idea. Got an interview at 2:30 with 11 Labs. Any Max Blade words of wisdom? I mean, Robbie, you're a legend. You're overqualified and they need you. So I would just walk in realizing that you're deciding whether or not you are a good fit for the position. And I mean, they need you at all costs. So I would treat it as much as them interviewing you as you interviewing them to decide if you want to accept the position from them. In a world full of dickheads that are non-passionate, have no idea what they're doing, would never find themselves in a vibe coding stream that lives on the bleeding edge of AI intelligence, you are a golden egg delivered on a fucking platter. So just fully realize going into it that the power scale is no longer traditional, and you're stepping foot into an interview situation where it is an interview, But it's not, you know, are you good enough for this position? It's, do I really want to, do I feel like you guys are good enough for me to come in and help the team out? The more you mess around, the more you find out. Thank you, brother. No problem. Rule number 1, mess around and keep shipping. Absolutely. This is honestly one of the coolest things I've seen for having looping agents running. I can't believe it. It's... If you guys are wondering where I was this weekend, I was spending a lot of time with my family, but also I was sitting there in awe at this situation. I was sitting there in awe at this situation, and if you have your review agents be Fable 5, and then you have your worker agents be Opus 5, you can have a loop run almost indefinitely. And what I've realized as far as usage, if you have a $200 account, if you have two $200 accounts, then 100% you can have it run forever and never have it stop. And it's just going to always be improving it. So what I realized is with this loop, the loop that I have now, is I changed the structure. So normally, I have the, this is actually kind of sick. So normally I have the, how can I explain this? We have the review agent. And then I have the worker agent. All right, and these guys are doing one of these, right? They're doing one of these. They're doing a loop-de-loop. All right, so they're working on a task. And so there are many of these. There's many of these. So there might be like 15 of these, right? Of these sub agents. It's a review agent and a worker agent. The review agent is a clean context window every single time. It's ultra critical. I tell them the prompt, fire up a brand new review agent. This is Fable 5. And make sure it's ultra critical. All right, so Fable 5 and then Opus 5. All right. So there's a whole shit ton of these guys that are working away. The thing that I did differently this time was, so this task that it's working on, the agent is going to pick a path and it's going to try to improve it. And it's going to say it's dog shit. It's going to try to improve it further. It's going to say it's dog shit. It's going to try to improve it further. But it's going down. It's going down like one road, essentially. Like it's always going down that same road that it starts off on. And it's just trying to make it better as it goes down the same road. So this time, when an individual task is finished, like, let's say that one task is for, like, the video game. This is improve the third-person walking, shooting, running animations of the character. Right? So it's going to pick a way to go about doing that. And it's going to go down that path as it iterates over and over and over again and improve it, improve it, improve it, improve it. Always kind of heading in the same direction, though. The problem is when the agent starts off in the wrong direction and they just try to iterate down that pathway, then it almost never gets to be good enough. Like the review agent never says, all right, this is not the right direction we're heading. Like, you need to just scrap this shit and we need to try out a whole different approach. The review agent says, that's not good enough. Go again. That's not good enough. Go again. So what I did this time was every time a sub-agent finishes a loop, there's another agent above all of them, which I called the creative director. And essentially what it does is it looks at every completed task individually, plus as far as like cohesion to the entire project. And if this completed task is not a monumental improvement to the game on an individual level, so when you just look at the individual piece of work that the agent did, is this a monumental improvement to the prior individual small thing that was in the game before? But also, when you take that little thing that it improved and you add it to the game and you zoom out and you look at the whole game as a whole, does it fit in and is it a improvement to the game as a whole? And if not, I want you to scrap, I know it hurts, I want you to scrap the entire thing. And I want you to fire up a new version of this working in a different direction. So this is just a clone. This is a clone of the previous thing. So unfortunately for our psychosis, this is sort of like a level up. This is a second tier of abstraction of the loop. Which is now mandatory in my workflows. The problem is when these sub-agents, these individual sub-agents loop, they will deliver work that they've tried to improve as far as they possibly can. But either individually, the end product is not good, doesn't meet the standard, or it has no cohesion to the rest of the project at all. So yes, it improved the thing, improved the thing, improved the thing, improved the thing. Here it is. Wow. This doesn't fit the rest of the project at all. This is not good. Maybe it added too much complexity. It went too far in the wrong direction, whatever it is. So this higher tier, this creative director, and I know it sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds crazy, but I literally told it, I want you to have a Fable 5 creative director that sits above all of the looping sub-agents and looks at it individually, looks at its cohesion to the project. This creative director should be insanely critical, and nothing gets added to the project unless it is a massive improvement individually by itself and as far as like its cohesion to the entire project as a whole. How you run looping agents? We need one-to-one example. Can you view the HTML on Canvas Pocket? Not yet. Brian says, wake up! Opus 4.6. Do you have a gate built in or a third-party auditor to intervene if needed? It's so funny because not only do I have the creative director, but I also, yes, I have what's called the gate agent, which I think we're just gonna leave it at the creative director because I can already tell we've gone way too far deep into AI psychosis. But yes, I do have. It's weird that you say that because I use the exact term in the prompt, a gate agent. Brandon says you should have all of the passing techniques recorded in the HTML file as notes that you can use later to improve the game dev workflow. You should have all the passing techniques recorded in the HTML file as notes that you can use later to improve the game dev workflow. I think that's yes. And we're already going to have all of that because I have it documented everything. My new thing is that everything gets documented in MD files and HTML files. Okay, inside of each individual project. And then as we go periodically, we can clean shit up. But if we document everything, then we have a clean picture of the workflows that produce positive results and the workflows that produce garbage. And we're being far more scientific about figuring out what works. Instead of like every time we start a new project or every time we send a new prompt, we're just trying our best. Like, we can just be better. We can be better. You have error options reminder. God damn it. I always do that. Thank you. I don't know why I always draw the arrows. Documenting everything in .md is a huge boost. What model and AI provider did you use for your calorie tracking app? I'm curious because I am building an app that also has image recognition AI. Please help. For searching the web, it's crazy, but I don't think there is a model better than Perplexity. So for searching the web to hunt down a nutrition label that is the exact nutrition label for the item somebody enters into like a calorie tracking app, Perplexity does such a freaky good job at finding shit on the internet. They feel so far ahead of every other LLM provider as far as find me this on the internet, and it is so dialed in as a search the internet type situation, like shit's all over Google search. Sonar, yep, Sonar. That's what it is exactly. I just sent you the answer to the looping problem. It's in your Discord DM. What's the looping problem? What's the looping problem? If this is a picture of John the Dragon's feet, I'm going to freak out. Drift and token burning. Max is looping the solution. Max is looping solution. Max is the looping solution. I prefer uTorry. It's cracking. I just sent you the real deal. Well, the problem is you probably don't have the same username on Discord. So me trying to find it is going to be... It's just not going to be possible. Hold on, I think I found it. All right, I'm going to check this out in a little bit. This is the whole thing. But I like it. All right, let's head back over to Canvas to see where these guys are at. The command bar is fine. It just prints whatever phase and last replay say. And hybrid and accidental NVIDIA parity tap starts a turn that keeps finishing after you've already hit GPT real time, and that dead turn writes the fail line back onto the pill. Schedule idle then parks a live session at type or speak because it still thinks you're on push to talk. The fix is one ownership rule. A new key abandons the old turn, and while real time is on, the rest state is live AI, not idle. Okay. Can you please write an MD file with this fix and then spawn a Claude agent on the canvas, point it at the MD file, and have it provide feedback inside of the MD file itself. All right, in this finish, it says, what exists now in plain terms, phase 0 reconnect hygiene. The Mac now notices sleep, wake, and Wi-Fi changes. It previously had 0 power awareness on wake or network return. It kills the dead socket and redials instantly instead of waiting out on a backup. The relay client pings from the Mac side now, so a half-dead zombie socket dies within 40 seconds instead of hanging forever. All right. Phase 1, the keep awake ladder. 4 selectable stages off while agents work. All right, great. So this is fully built out. I'm not going to have it tested
Marshall
now
is spinning up Chase.
because I decided it pisses me off when we have the dev app test stuff live on the stream because it rips me out of the Canvas app that I'm building in. So off stream, I'm going to have it run these test suites and make sure that this fix is ready to implement. But this sounds really good. Basically, it's going to keep the Mac app awake. It's going to keep the agents running. And then we're going to have set degrees of how far psychopathic you want to go with keeping your Mac awake so the iOS app will work when you want it to work. All right, so this shipped the... Oh, hold on. I got to go model... Actually, I'm going to keep this in Fable 5. I'm just going to open the other agent. Zombie Socket. Next game title confirmed. Oh, man. Oscar, what's up? How are you? How are you? How are you? Perfect, and they don't have to install anything. That's the main deal. I like that. I like that a lot. If you dock everything, what you have is a real game dev lifecycle. That's cool. Absolutely. I think so, too. Simon! What's up? What's up? What's up? Oscar and Simon, you guys missed the very first Bladecast 1 news segment. The Blade Cast. We're gonna cover the latest AI news when it happens, and we're gonna stay on the ball, on the bleeding edge, if you will, of technology news when it comes out. All right, since I've read the spec and all the cited code, checking one more thing: the submit pipeline design comment versus the specs. Begin, capture, abandon, then writing the review. Okay. All right, guys, don't forget to like the stream. When we get to 50 likes today, we're going to play a TDM game, or we're gonna play free for all. 50 likes. We are going to play Lucky's Nuketown game, but he added a new map. Nuketown game with chat. All right, when we get to 50 likes today, we are going to we're gonna try out Lucky. He is a absolute banger member of the Discord community and just chat here. We're gonna test out his new. We're going to test out his new map that he just shipped. It's the map Terminal. I don't know if you guys remember Terminal on Call of Duty. He built such a fun like Call of Duty vibe coded game situation. You'll see. But when we get to 50 likes, we're going to run that shit. Nuketown CLI. Terminal, best map after Nuketown it is. It really is. What the fuck, chat? 67 watching, only 34 likes. We have to juice these numbers. Oscar says, do you wear glasses for the Bladecast? I will moving forward. Context Found says, missed chance for Cyberpunk theme on the news. Listen, today is just a trial run. We can go straight to whatever theme, whatever kind, whatever type we want to go to. You know, that's an interesting thought. The game mechanics workbench code for FPS style games on Silicon Streepa style, but as a piece of hardware, a console that you can build you a game overnight. AI hardware is so tough nowadays because you could just do that on a computer also. Like, AI hardware is so hard to defend. Like, you have to figure out what is defendable. Like, okay. Like, let's say I want to create this device right here. That is... This will be a Hermes agent, and it'll just have a button on it, and then I can microphone talk to my Hermes agent, and it has a small speaker so it can reply to me, but it can also hook up to my AirPods. All right, so I have a device. It's always on me. I can click it and hold it. I can speak to it. I can say, like maybe I was out for a walk, and I'm just like, oh, I just thought about this feature that I want to add to my app. Can you either make a note or get a sub-agent, start building it out so that I can review it? It's very hard to defend an AI piece of hardware like something like that, for instance. That's just an example, because why wouldn't that just be an app? Like, where the hardware we have now is so good, it's hard to create something that's truly defensible. One thing I've seen recently, like for new hardware, was these guys making the minimal phone. It's kind of blown up a little bit. Type of 1 in chat if you've seen the minimal phone. The minimal phone is a, it's sort of like how the BlackBerry used to have the top half of the screen be the actual screen part, and then the bottom half is a analog keyboard. So you press the keyboard, and then I believe it's an e-ink display, and you don't have any apps or anything like that. I think I might be butchering this. I think that it's I think that it is. Let's just pull it up. Why don't we pull it up? Minimal phone. Oh, it's the second one. Oh my god, this is so much less minimal than the... How funny is it going to be when the minimal phone just becomes an iPhone? They're like, minimal phone 3. It's got a touchscreen, all your favorite apps, and 64 megapixel camera on the back. So here's the minimal phone. Keyboard at the bottom. And then it does look real minimal. It doesn't look as minimal as I thought it was going to be. Notes, events, timer, to do, call, messages, camera, and voice memo. And it looks like it has like your schedule items here. I don't know what these dots are right there. Also, it's irritating that I have to hold this to stop it from spinning. It's got the date. So, like, the way they made this defensible is it's a minimal phone. So there is a reason for this hardware to exist other than it just being an app for an iPhone. Which, honestly, there is an argument to be made that this could be an app. There is an argument, surprisingly, that this could just be an app. The part that really distinguishes it from this could be an app is that it has an actual physical keyboard at the bottom. Oh my god, they actually took the... Look at... Apple's going to be on that, right? Look at this side button with the antennas. Is Apple not going to be on their ass about that? The volume buttons with the antenna? Oh! It even has the power button on the side like that. And the SIM card, the SIM slot underneath. Oh, man. Abby G, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That means the world. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Blade Flam. Welcome to the future. The light phone is more of what you were thinking about. Oh, is it something else that I'm thinking about? If that was 4:3 screen, I'd have one. I don't know if anyone who actually stuck with minimal phones long term. You can't protect a button via patents like that. I don't think the position... John, welcome back, brother. Welcome to the stream. Google did the same thing with their new Pixel phones. I don't think the position of antenna is protected. So anyways, guys, it is very difficult to defend AI hardware is all I'm saying. Because the iPhone that's in your pocket is so good that a lot of these hardware devices, for instance, this fucking thing, you guys remember this thing? The whole time this was a demo situation, I could not understand why this wouldn't be an app. There's no defending this. There's just no defending this situation. Type of 1 in chat if you remember this thing. because teenage engineering. I mean, the only defense is like vibes, and that is really, really hard. Really hard. The next thing I'm going to show you is actually does have some defense. Believe it or not, actually does have some defense. And it's Friend. Which this whole situation is disturbing. I don't like how they're trying to like do Black Mirror marketing and stuff like that. I just think the whole concept of it is kind of gross and weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What do you guys think? Is this type a 1 in chat, or if you're on board with Friend. I know I just shit on it, so nobody's gonna do that now. If you're on board with Friend, type a 1 in chat, or type a 2 if it freaks you. It's cringe is what it is. That's right. That's his word to describe it. It's cringe. So the reason this is defendable is because it's an always on device. Supposedly. I don't know if they've nailed that or not. But your iPhone is locked down to SIRI. All right, that's the only way it's always on. So theoretically, if somebody created a device that was ChatGPT real-time levels of conversation that's always on, that is currently defendable as far as an AI device versus an iPhone. Probably not long-term, because I really could see a world in where Apple gives you the ability to have a trigger word for an iPhone app. Once iPhone gives you the ability to have a trigger word for an iPhone app, I can promise you that'll be the main focus of this YouTube channel, of my ex, everything. Everything. Because if you had the ability to say, have an app and then set a trigger word, just like you have the trigger word SIRI, then you could have it, hey Sam, and then your iPhone replies to you. It wakes up GPT real time and it says, hey Max, what's going on today? Are we still working on this project? And then you're in a GPT real-time conversation with your Hermes agent or your OpenClaw agent or an agent interface that you build yourself. Could you vibe code this trigger? No, not right now. Actually, Max, matter of fact, throw up easy mode on iOS. The dumb phones don't really have a market. There is no need for them. Apple already made easy mode. Get an iPhone SE, toss on a paper-like mat. Gotta do the Whoop thing. New hardware within the year with a yearly subscription. Only AI device that would make sense is smart glasses, in my opinion. Sorry. That is the most defensible. Even more so than Friend. Smart glasses is the most by far defensible AI product there is. It's not even close. There's nothing that even comes close. Actually, no, there is something that comes close. Sorry. I'm completely losing my thought. Look up easy mode iOS. All right, we'll look it up in a second. I've never even heard of it. So obviously it's very easy to see why this is a defensible product, right? Because it takes real time, it takes always on to a whole new level that even the iPhone could never achieve. So even if the iPhone gives you the ability to have your own custom trigger for an iOS app that you ship to the iOS store, it will never touch the level of always on that a pair of glasses, the level of user interface that a pair of glasses will have. Obviously, there's whole other struggles, but this is in its own lane. It is a hardware project that is truly 100% defensible from the iPhone. This can't just be an app. Okay? AI smart glasses cannot just be an app. Whether you want to wear them or not, or you think it's going to be the future of AI integration in your life, whatever, that's up for debate, obviously. But we can concretely say this cannot just be an app. Last point I'll make with defensible product that I actually ordered this. So I actually ordered this. And I think this is very defensible. This also cannot just be an app. And it actually is painful. Because this is something that I would like to make. When I saw it, I ordered it right away. So this is the Pebble Index 1. Really interesting. Really interesting. So they went one-time payment. Disposable. One-time payment, disposable, not rechargeable. Fully open, MCP, API, the full deal. It's a ring that has, oh shit, I gotta print, I have to 3D print the test rings so I can tell them what size I need for this. But I did order this. It's a ring that has a button on it. And you press the button, and obviously you can communicate into it. So it's a microphone that lives on your ring, on your hand. Very defensible, obviously. I mean, if iPhone gives you a trigger word, might be a little bit less defensible, but still very defensible because you can not have your phone on you. It's just on your finger. Tiana Max, wake up. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But useless without the app. I don't know how that works. I don't know how this is going to work. As far as I know, they're insanely developer friendly. So I'll be able to, I'm thinking I'm going to be able to create my whole own custom software suite for this situation. Which I was just thinking for me, there's a ton of different use cases where this could be really badass. But it's very interesting that it is not rechargeable. It's a one-time payment and disposable. Really, really interesting. They say the battery lasts for years. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. Chrislick says, this seems like an incredibly goofy idea. Why not just use the Notes app or voice memos or double tap back of iPhone to securely record shit? Wait, does it need a phone onboard storage? Is that what it says? I didn't know that. I don't see that anywhere. So there's a lot of use cases. What did Chris Lick said? This seems like incredibly goofy. Okay, all right. So my least favorite thing. There's a lot of my least favorite things, but I'll give you one use case right now. Is when I'm tracking my calories, I cannot stand taking my iPhone out, opening an app, and then logging my calories. So much so that I made Talk Macros so I can say, "Hey Siri, talk macros." I had 2 scoops of whey isolate, a serving of peanut butter, and a banana. And
serving peanut butter, 1 medium banana. You have 2,561 calories and 172 grams of protein remaining today.
So that's my iPhone app, Talk Macros. Like it's hard enough to track your macros, taking the scale out, weighing your food, all that shit. I do not want to touch my app and open my app and track my macros. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. The Ring is nice because I hate Siri also. I choose to accept Siri because it's the most straightforward way for me to just say, "Hey Siri." If you have a Ring on, if you have a ring that lives on your finger that you just press a button and say, I just ate a protein shakes with 2 scoops of whey protein, a banana, and peanut butter, and then you're done. Dude, that's like the most effortless tracking your calories I could possibly think of. When you're working out, I never use workout tracker apps because I don't, in the middle of my workout, I don't want to pull out my phone and log. This morning I did barbell back squats. I'm doing barbell back squats. I'm doing 225 for 3 sets of 10. That's the last thing I want to do at all in the gym. I want to have my headphones on. I want to have music blaring. I don't even want my phone near me. So to have a button you press, I just did my first set of 10 barbell back squats, 315. Done. Chris Lake says, Max, why not set it up with the accessibility feature on your iPhone where you double tap the back of your phone and it sends directly to your app in iPhone? No Siri needed. I don't even know what that means. John says, I used Whoop for 2 years, decided I didn't want to pay $250. Is that how much it costs? I have a Whoop. I have a Whoop on right now. Recently been tinkering with my 4.0 and 5.0 sensor and see if I can get one of the... I think somebody already did that. Only girls track macros. That's fair. Have the latest 5.0, and while I like Whoop, I've not had new hardware yet. We get it coverage. Okay. I am very impressed with Whoop's ability to know. So this weekend I did have a beverage, okay? I had an alcoholic beverage. Got decent sleep. Ate whatever. Like nothing was crazy out of the blue other than having the alcoholic beverage. Woke up, first red 16% score. I don't know. In forever. So I will say that Whoop seems insanely accurate at being able to figure out where you're at as far as like your recovery goes. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Every time, even if I just have like one beer or something like that, I will wake up and Whoop knows it immediately. I also think that I'm allergic to beer, but that's a whole different thing. A drink objectively tanks your rest. Source Garmin. I can't believe it. I can't believe its ability to sense that though. Like the accuracy at which it knows that, like with, obviously I'm not logging it or not doing anything like that. Like it almost makes me interested to see what you could do to offset that. Because it's so accurate. Every time you have a beer, the next morning you're going to wake up and my score is going to be red. Versus every other day I'm going to be in the green. It's just what's going to happen. I'm going to be in the green. If I get my sleep and whatever, 99% of the time I'm going to be green. Why on earth companies do not make chargeable batteries like old mobile phones had would not be hard. I think it's a money thing. John says, allergic to beer. Jesus Christ, Max, get some Idol and have a few. Can you arrange me a coffee, Max? Yes. Can you get Abs Creative coffee, please? So anyways, that was a long tangent, but I think it's important to think about hardware and where AI hardware, where there's an arbitrage for AI hardware that can't be an app. If you find a place for AI hardware to exist They cannot be an app. The potential is insane. Everyone is thinking about AI in terms of software, and no one is daring step into AI in the physical world. Besides the founder of Uber, who started a company called Atoms, where he is legitimately only working on AI projects in the physical world. Which, that guy's a fucking genius. And everybody is focused on AI in the software world, which is not a real world. When the massive arbitrage that's sitting in front of everyone's face is AI in the physical world. But nobody wants to go there because it's insanely difficult. It's insanely difficult. But if we do find our place in that world, I would 100% go there. I would live there. I would live in the pain and agony of it and love it. You think the Pebble clone won't be on Amazon and Temu for $25 in 3 months, though? It definitely will, but people will still massively buy the Pebble. It 100% will, but people will massively buy the Pebble because it's Pebble. And this just goes back to everything in the whole stream. Pebble's going to get a certain amount of impressions online. Their conversion rate is going to be higher because people know the name Pebble, and then they're going to buy it. There's going to be scrappy people that obviously buy the Amazon version, but there's also going to be probably just as many or more people that, just like I said, fall into the Pebble funnel. Just like with every other thing, with apps, hardware, all of it. All right, guys, we are 1 like away. Somebody gingerly tap that like button for me. My bad. Somebody gingerly tap that like button. Okay, 50 likes. John, if you are not immediately hitting the like button when you join the stream, I don't know what is the matter with you. Do you want me to win? Jesus. Guys, I don't think John wants us to win. Is this because of the mug? Is this because of the mug? Abs Creator says, I hit the like so hard when I joined my hand hurt. Let's go! Whoa. What was that? There's still some small bugs, guys. Don't grill me too hard. Listen, we could never grill you, brother. You're an absolute legend. It's not as stable as local at the moment? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? I put the invite. Oh no. Wait, did that just immediately fill up? Oh, guys, I hate to just dominate you guys like this. I really do. I just know that this doesn't feel good for me, okay? Me just absolutely destroying you guys like this. It doesn't bring me as much joy and fulfillment as you'd think, guys. Oh, come here. Come here! Don't make me get in the plane. Don't make me get in the plane. Oh, I'm in the plane. Don't make me hit a 360. Don't make me... All right, I'm going to hit a 360 on this guy right here. Ready? 360. Oh, I'm going to hit a 360 on this guy right here. 360. Get off of me! You could never! You could never! Where are they? Where are they? Come, come. Don't be afraid. You're mine. Don't be afraid. I hear you behind me. I hear you behind me. Don't worry. Somebody's got the shotgun. The shotgun's a little cheatery. The shotgun's a little cheatery. I'm not gonna lie. Come here. Come here. Both of you. I want both of you. Oh, I will be at the top of the leaderboard. I will be at the top of the leaderboard. Come here, please. Oh my God, I'm styling on them. $360 off the top. Last kill is going to be a 360 on this guy right here. Good night! Good night! Killed Max twice? No, you didn't. You did not kill Max twice. You did not. I think Lucky needs to add a lifetime. Do we have a lifetime leaderboard, Lucky? Because I'm going to guarantee that I'm way up there. I'm gonna guarantee that I'm way up there, guys. Come on, someone has to beat him. LOL. No one's gonna. No one. It's not even gonna be close. I'm not even trying. I'm at 25% effort. I'm at 25% effort. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. No, but I'll add it. Right. I need a KD leaderboard is what I need. I need a lifetime KD leaderboard. And I will be at the top. Mark, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. It means the world. All right, done. The review is written into docs, reports, command bar, voice, HUD.md. Guys, stop playing the game. Stop playing the game, guys. We're back to Canvas. Verdict, ship with nits. The main pushback, the begin, capture, abandon is a functional regression, not just a HUD fix. Submit, apply buffer exists explicitly, so a fast follow-up never just cancels. Transient partial is a stale writer. The specs gateless misses. Can repaint the dead taps partial over live AI after the flip. The 3 copy-pasted rest phase branches aren't identical. Completion signal caveat. Okay. I'm going to say, okay, I want you to take the wheel here and build this out. I also want you to build out a full test suite to ensure this works properly. Do not run the test yet until I give the say-so. Also, I want you to take a look at the NVIDIA Parakeet dictation mode And occasionally on long dictations, the last couple words will be left off. I believe this is just we need to be transcribing the entire audio, not just stop transcribing when the push to talk keybind is unpressed situation. But I could be wrong. So deep dive that and include this in our fix and include testing to ensure it's working properly. I want no side effects. I want no edge cases. Like I said, build it first. Let me know when it's done. The features and the testing suites, and I'll give the say-so to start the testing. Of course, that time it got it perfectly. Butter has aimbot, lol. That was addicting. I'm back. You guys get pulled into the game. I'm telling you, that game is fire. He did an amazing job. He did a really, really good job. It's so nice. Context bounces first. What are you using for your dev environment? Okay, so guys, for the dev environment, I'm using Canvas CNVS, which is the agentic development environment that I made myself. It's available at cnvs.dev. And it's what we've been building on the stream for the last 40-ish days. We've done over $40,000 in revenue, which is insane. We are building the future of vibe coding. It is the agentic development environment that Steve Jobs would use, Tony Stark would use. It's fully voice controlled, works with all your existing AI subs. I'm really proud of it. We're in the process of building out the iPhone app, the companion app that goes along with it, because I want to be able to, take Canvas on the go. So if I'm at the gym and I'm repping out 225, I want to be able to finish my set, and I want to be able to look and see where my loop that has been working for the last 12 hours is at, what it's doing. I want to be able to steer it if I need to. I want to be able to spawn an agent if I'm on a walk and have it go off on a task when I get the idea, when it comes to me live. So the iOS app is going to be awesome, and it's going to take Canvas to the next level. All right, it says, now taking the wheel, plan, implement HUD ownership fix, deep dive the parakeet dictation tail clipping, fix that too, and write the full test suite. Building everything but not running tests until you say so. First, the deep dive on the audio capture path. Okay, amazing. All right. So it's like an agent window-ish. It's like an agent window-ish. It does have window control. Yeah, but it goes a lot further than that. So it's voice controlled with NVIDIA Parakeet locally. So I can spawn and prompt agents locally. And then it's voice controlled with GPT Real-Time or Grok Voice 2 via the Cloud API. So if I want to use NVIDIA Parakeet fully local, I can say spawn a Grok agent.
Marshall,
And then,
the Grok CLI is ready.
There's a Grok agent, or I can say spawn a Codex agent.
Sky, the Codex is ready.
And then there's my Codex agent. I can say close everything. Close everything. And then it closes all of it.
Windows.
If you want to take it to the next level, you can use conversational AI with GPT Real-Time or Grok Voice. So that's when it talks back to you like this. Hello, are you there?
Hey, I'm here and listening. What would you like to do next?
I'm doing my live stream right now.
Nice. I'm right here with you. If you want, I can help you narrate what's on the canvas, spin up an agent, or open something for the audience to see.
Can you open 3 Grok agents and have them find the temperature, one in Riviera Maya, one in Cancun, and then the next in Miami, Florida?
3 Grok agents are up and working on those temperatures now.
Can you send the prompts to these agents? Oh, you already did. No, never mind. You did a great job. I'm stupid. Can you open 2 Codex agents?
2 Codex agents are live on the canvas now.
Can you open a Claude Code agent?
Your Claude Code agent is open and ready to work.
Awesome. Can you open a browser preview?
Your browser preview is open and the dev server is starting up.
Awesome. So cool. Can you play the song Right Now by Van Halen?
Now playing Right Now by Van Halen. Enjoy.
Can you close the browser preview?
The browser preview is closed. Back to the
Organize the canvas.
Everything's tiny into a clean layout, so it's easier to see what's open.
Focus the music player.
There's your music player front and center. If you want, I can also adjust the volume.
Turn the music off.
Music is off. Nice and quiet again.
Amazing. Organize the canvas again.
All set. Everything's neatly arranged again, so it's easy to scan.
So it's more than just voice control, though. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background. There's an
Sky
MCP
finished
server,
the
so
task.
the agents share a cross-agent memory system.
Marshall finished the
They
task.
can spawn each other. They can prompt each other. There's remote agents, so you can run agents right on your virtual private server and use them inside of Canvas, just like you would locally. We're building the future of vibe coding. We're covering all the cases. Anything you need, we got it, or we're headed that direction. Is the situation here at hand? Like, this agent just wrote the weather on the goddamn canvas right here. So change the theme to Vesper.
Vesper theme.
Pretty crazy, guys. I mean, what do you want? What do you want from me?
Chase
How to
finished
become
the
good
task.
in vibe coding. What the fuck is that? See, I told you guys. I was trying to tell you. I was trying to tell you it helps so much if we were talking about this last week. How I try to build products that make people comment on the stream and say, what the fuck is that? And I was telling you guys that happens all the time. And the guy commented on the stream right there and said, what the fuck is that? So if you're not good at marketing, just build an app that makes people say, what the fuck is that? What OS is this? Is this the entire Windows app running? So this is, Canvas is a Mac OS app. I built it in Swift from the ground up. Okay, so every element is built in Swift from the ground up so that it has native performance on Mac OS. This is not a JavaScript front end, Tory app, Electron, Slopfest. JavaScript is incredible. It's the only JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Those are the only coding languages I actually know. Unbelievable. And they belong on the web. All right. This app, it's a Mac OS app. Every element, browser, music player, terminal, all of it is built in Swift for raw dog native performance on Apple hardware. And that's why the animations feel smooth. It doesn't feel like a website. It feels like a application that is taking control, taking advantage of the hardware that's available. Sean says, why didn't you go web-based? That's the exact answer right there. Now, I think that there is an actual argument to be made that like we have a web version of Canvas way down the line. Like I would do a Windows app and a Linux app before I do this. But I do see a world where it makes sense to have a web page, web app of Canvas. I would not have any of the animations. I would not have anything like that. It would be a very dumbed down version. Essentially a place where this would have to be a toggle. It would be a whole thing. Okay, this is not something that I'm saying I'm doing or anything like that. But having a website, a web page that you log into that has all of your remote agents could be a thing. Essentially, like the hardware you're running is just a thin client that you go to, canvas.com, canvas.dev, and you log in with your username, and then you have all of your agents there, and they're running remote in the cloud. And just like I said earlier in the stream, they work no matter what. There's no, my computer went to sleep, or I ran out of battery, or I closed the lid, or there's none of that at all. And they're accessible in their current live state from any of your devices. It's the Google Doxification. It's Google Docs of vibe coding, where it's sort of like what I built with the iOS app version of Canvas. It's sort of like what I built with the remote canvases that can run on virtual private servers. It's a canvas that runs on the website, and no matter what device you're on, you're seeing the same canvas, the same agent state. All of it is the same. I'm not sure if people have done that yet. I don't know if that's a thing. Past like the big dogs, like ChatGPT has I think you might be able to fire up ephemeral virtual machine-esque states like Claude in the Claude chat. It could do artifacts and stuff like that. This would be taking it like 18,000 steps, maybe even too far. But could be cool. Could be a cool route to look down. Native is expensive, though. It's hard to be native on all platforms. Keep them at parity. That's why the trade-off is usually justified on web. Yes, I will say for a solo dev, if you are not concerned with having something like Canvas where it's got all these animations and just a ton of crazy shit going on, it's much cleaner to have a web app as far as supporting all of the platforms. The app will always feel like a website. Okay. And if you're building anything for developers, that's slightly problematic because you run into the feeling of, you guys remember the iPhone apps where you'd pull open an iPhone app and it was clearly a web page? That's where I'm at with Electron apps right now. Like, you guys remember you'd go to like a small business or something like that and they had an iPhone app, but the iPhone app was very clearly basically an iframe to the website. And there is almost zero more nails on a chalkboard irritating feeling for me than that feeling of I downloaded and installed an iPhone app and it is a web page. Ja Love says, hated that. Can't stand electric apps either. My man. My man knows. Mac users have money also. Windows want it all free. Yeah, 100%. If you're trying to vibe code apps to make money, then you want to be an iPhone app. You want to be a Mac app. Windows and Linux apps are extremely difficult if you're only on those. Web apps sit somewhere in between the two of them, where web app, like, a website, a web service, is definitely easier than a Windows or a Linux app, but harder than an iPhone app or a Mac app. iPhone app is like the top tier as far as a marketplace where the user expects to spend money when they're inside of it. It is not only like possible and happens all the time, it is expected. On the iOS App Store, if somebody is there and downloading your app, they are going into it expecting there to be an exchange of money with the developer. Give me my money. The iPhone app is an iframe thing, sucks so much because they also take up space on your phone. Often hundreds of megabytes to 1 gigabyte, which is much more than the actual site would use. Yeah, honestly, it's just horrific. I'm sure that there was so much money made during that period of time where developers could take like a small business or even a medium business's website, immediately convert it into a mobile web page, and then convert it into an iPhone app, package that, sell it back to the small business for, depending on the business type, $5,000, or a upfront cost, large $5,000 with a $100 a month retainer for updates and hosting and whatever. I can guarantee many people made millions during that time period, which is now probably still a thing, but very difficult. We need all the themes in there. Canvas Pocket will take up 2 gigabytes. Start freeing up space now. It will not. It will not. It will not. It will not. Canvas Pocket will be very small. Canvas Pocket will be very small. Can you switch canvases to CNVS?
You can just ask to switch by name, like go to Imagen API.
Yeah, no, I mean, sorry. I mean, the canvas is called CNVS.
All set? You're on a CNVS canvas now.
Amazing. Can you please summarize what Chase has going on here?
Chase has implemented a fix for cutoff dictation at key release by keeping recording going briefly until you're actually silent with a cap, and by adding a short silence at the end so the decoder can finish the last words. They've also added about 20 tests that compile, but they haven't been run yet, and they're holding the commit until those tests pass.
Okay, amazing. Go to sleep. Nice AI. Is this ChatGPT? So that voice was GPT real time. We also have, for conversational AI, we have Grok Voice Fast, Grok Voice Think Fast 2.0, which it's interesting. Sometimes I love it, and sometimes I really don't like it. GPT real time is nice because it's the gold standard for conversational voice. It's just always going to be really decent. The Grok Fast Think Voice 2.0 Ultra Mega Super Conversational AI is a lot less. You get a lot less stability, but sometimes it'll just be blazing fast, feel like it knows exactly what you're talking about. It's crazy. Can you please switch canvases to GPT to Imagen?
No GPT canvas, but you're now on Imagen API. Want me to create one?
No, can you close all these agents?
All 7 agents are closed. The dev terminal and markdown docs are still there.
Can you close the markdown docs? See what I mean? Sometimes the Grok voice is just, it's not all the way there. And also, I don't know what they did to the voice lately to make it sound like the voice, this voice right here to me. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. What can I help with?
I don't know what happened. The Eve voice used to be incredible, and now it sounds like that scene in Wedding Crashers where the guy's like, "That's it, baby, go comatose for me." When she's popping the medication, that's all I can think of when that voice comes on. And then if we switch back, we have GPT Realtime 2.1 and GPT Realtime 2.1 Mini. I switched to Mini. Mini's nice because it's faster. It's not as smart as regular GPT 2.1. Can you close temps August 17 and temperatures?
I tried to close them, but there wasn't anything open besides those two. So it didn't actually close anything.
Maybe that is a bug where we can't close markdown files. Can you close the markdown files?
Got it. Let me check what markdown files are open and handle those. They weren't open as standalone panes, so
Open a Grok agent.
a Grok agent is ready to go. Want me to prompt it for something?
No. Actually, close that Grok agent and then switch canvases to CNVS.
That Grok agent is closed, and we're now back in a CNVS canvas.
Okay, awesome. Can you focus Marshall? Actually, put Marshall on the stage.
Marshall is now on stage, front and center, and you're all set.
Awesome. Can you tell Marshall to deep dive the conversational voice integration for all the agents, for not only Grok but also GPT Realtime 2.1 and 2.1 Mini? And can you tell me if I know that they can spawn? Actually, just see where their level of control is for markdown file nodes open in Canvas. Can they close and open markdown nodes just like they would with agents? I just asked a Grok and a GPT Realtime agent to close a markdown node, and they were not able to do that.
I sent that deep dive request to Marshall. And about your question, usually agents can't close or open markdown nodes the same way they control terminals or prompts. Their access depends on how they're integrated and what permissions they have. So yeah, if they weren't able to close the markdown node, that's normal. Markdown canvas control is often limited compared to agent controls. We can always refine the integration or adjust permissions if you want more flexibility.
Did you send my full prompt to Marshall?
Yep, I sent your prompt to Marshall exactly as you said it. No edits. If you want, you can also paste it here and we can refine or repeat parts of it.
No, because I don't think you included the part about the markdown files.
Yeah, you're right to call it out. I sent the whole thing again, including the part about the markdown.
See, Mini is much cheaper and it's 20% faster, but Mini is nowhere near as good as just regular GPT Realtime 2.1. Like, honestly, GPT Realtime 2.1 is the GOAT. I was super blown away by how fast Grok Voice Think Fast was originally. I think it's been nerfed as far as speed, as far as intelligence, and the voices sound so much worse than when they started. It's crazy. GPT Realtime 2.1, faster, much cheaper, like sometimes 20 times cheaper than GPT Realtime 2.1, but it's not worth the little tiny things where like it didn't send that full prompt off to the agent. So I think my main daily driver for Canvas is I end up at GPT Realtime just because it's stable, always works. The voice is always the same. Like you don't use it one day and all of a sudden the voice is like an entirely different voice. What was that weird happy voice for opening a Grok agent? I know that was because that was 2.1 Mini. That was 2.1 Mini and it was weird. Max, where did you meet your beautiful girlfriend? Are you calling Canvas my girlfriend? Or are you actually talking about my real girlfriend? Which she is my fiance. Hi, I'm DigiNomad. Nice to meet you guys. DigiNomad! Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the best audio back and forth. I want to build this in-house. You're right to call that out. Sucks so much too. Yeah. Awful, awful, awful. She accentuates like she's talking to a child. For sure. Yeah. 100%, 100%. We're like just starting. It's crazy. We are legitimately just starting to get into conversational AI. It's insane. It's insane. Like when I get into my car has Alexa. When I get into my car and I use Alexa, the only thing I can think about is how the current setup of like voice agents in the real world outside of like Canvas and these like sort of bleeding edge apps is so bad, so horrendous. It's actually unbelievable that we were using stuff like that. Like, it is a miracle if I could get the voice control in my car to call someone. The only thing I can think of when I'm using it is I'm like, holy shit. OpenAI will come out with some sort of subsidized, cheap version to win the car market. And the agent inside your car will be a GPT real-time agent. And like, we're not talking about it'll be 10% better than what we currently have. It's going to be 1,000% better than what we currently have. And just think about like when you combine that, when you put that in something like a Tesla and it's got full self-driving and you're like, hey, Tesla, what's up? And it's like, hey, what's going on? And you're like, nothing. I'm in my fucking garage right now. Could you back us out and head us to the grocery store? And it's like, yeah, let's do it. Do you want me to throw your playlist on? You're like, nah, don't throw my playlist on. Can you pull up so-and-so's latest YouTube video? Can you pull up Max Blade TV? I want to watch the live stream as we drive there. And it's like, yeah, that's up. If you want anything else, just let me know. Like, it's unbelievable how early we are with voice agents right now. You would think it's 100% the future. You would think we would be like a little bit further along in the real world. Like me and you are psychopaths. We're insane. And we're test driving shit that's like that's too early for commercial use right now. So, like we have this weird glance at the future, and it's strange when you walk around the world, and you're like, fuck, this is so unoptimized. Like not even close to what the actual bleeding edge is today. Can my Tesla orchestrate my Canvas, please? I don't see why we wouldn't go there, Alexander. Is the Tesla? Do we make the Tesla version of Canvas before we do the Windows version? Seriously, it's awful not using OpenAI's conversational AI. LOL. All I do is talk to Grok in my Tesla as it drives me around. I don't know why anyone would buy any other car. Honestly, that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. That's I hate to say it. I don't have a Tesla. I have a sweet car that will be obfuscated for now. But when I go on vacation and stuff like that, I rent Teslas. And then I think about the fact that there really is no other option right now. Even if you're wicked, like, if you're like wicked into cars and shit like that, it's hard to even get like a regular luxury car, like a nice Beamer or like a Mercedes or something like that, because dude, when you're on vacation and you hop in the Tesla at the airport and you have no idea where the fuck you are or where you need to go, and you just type the address in and full self-driving just magically drives, like, it is an experience. If you haven't experienced full self-driving, the latest version inside a Tesla, it literally fucks your mind up, because once you get used to that experience, especially there's something extra magical about like being in a place you don't know at all, because it'll drive you from, like, let's say you're at an Airbnb or something like that. It'll drive you from the fucking garage of your Airbnb to the restaurant and park you out front. And you're essentially just like, wow, this is so nice. And no one's even close. No one is even close. I'm the homeless software developer. I live in a car with 2 dogs. How big are the dogs? What are we talking about here? Are you living with 2 Chihuahuas, or are you living with some Cane Corso freaking attack dogs? What are we talking about? Are you working or just yapping? You know, it was a long weekend. Sometimes it takes me... I knew today was going to be like that. Yeah, don't watch live streaming while driving. That's the crazy part is I have no doubt. Like, I'm a good driver. I can drive. I can drive anything. Like, from a young age, I've driven everything. Like, everything you can think of, I've probably driven it. Okay, whether it's on water, land. Okay, I've driven it all. My flaw is that I get so deep into thought that sometimes it scares me. I don't know if you guys ever experienced being scared at being so deep in thought while fucking driving. Like, the nice part about a Tesla is I have zero doubt it'll be a safer driver than me, not only because of its skill in driving, but the fact that it's never going to drift off into deep thought and be like, wow, how the fuck did I just get here? Hovercraft? Yeah, I've driven a hovercraft. Trixie the Terrible and Lady the Pitbull. Are they nice to each other? Do they ever... Humble says, sometimes I get scared of how into his thoughts he gets. That's a totally different thing. Jesus. There's something called highway hypnosis that happens on routes you've taken off. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's highway hypnosis, dude. Teslas can mess up high, especially in bad weather like rain or snow. No doubt. And so I've rented, Brandon, we're 100% going to look at the wait list. Can you link it in Discord? The fuck was I just gonna say? Oh, I've tried out the hardware. I think it's hardware 3. You guys can correct me in chat. I think it's hardware 3, and then it's hardware 4 is the latest for Tesla. Hardware 3 is sketchy. I'm sorry if you guys have hardware 3. It's fucking sketchy. Hardware 4 is a completely different thing as far as full self-driving goes. And I don't know, they could have fixed it. But essentially, I tried the latest version of the Tesla full self-driving. I was like, wow, this is fucking unbelievable. And then accidentally rented the older version, the hardware 3 or whatever. And I'm like, wow, this just drove me into oncoming traffic. That's crazy. It's a bit like car stereo fatigue, right? Same for driving. Electric cars in general are just more mellow because of no BS engine noise. Especially with normal and terrible weather conditions. Yeah, it's in winds. All right, cool. I think I believe the stats show that self-driving is already safer than human driving. Which, granted, that benchmark cannot be that high. Like if you're looking at the entire human race of regular driving, like accident rate or whatever, I'm sure that does not look well. I don't know if you guys have ever had a job where you work with the general public, but it's super enlightening. It's crazy enlightening. All right, let's look at Brandon's wait list. Brandon, the mug winner. Brandon, she has to finish filing the glaze situation. You already know the whole deal, and then we're gonna send you the mug. Okay. Your wizard, Harry. Let me see. Wins. Cast Beacon. Every platform, one feed, nothing faked. Oh, this is tight. I'm gonna say this is the least. It's probably the least AI slop waitlist that we reviewed so far on the channel, Brandon. I don't know how critical you want me to be here. I think that I get what you're doing with this H1 being so large. I think that it could be a little bit dialed down. I think it could be a tiny bit dialed down. I understand you're artistically trying to make it very large in your face. I get that. I really like that there is only one accent color, a white background, and black, because you guys know I think the first issue with conversion rate that indie hackers have is the fact that their sites are too complicated. Like when you go to Canvas, it is extremely easy to purchase. Command an army of agents with your voice, get Canvas, and then you hit the buy button. There's a video showing how exactly it works, and then there's reviews now. I added reviews recently. All right, there used to not be reviews. Okay, so every indie hacker person in the world is out there trying to create these complex, crazy design websites when in reality their conversion rate would quadruple if they just sat down, chilled out for a cool down there, designer guy. Cool down for a second. I'm not talking about you, Brandon. Cool down for a second. Have an H1 and H2 that makes sense. Have a demo video with your beautiful face in it, showing that you actually care. And then have a large buy button with the price. And if you want to go crazy, which is what I did, then throw some testimonials in there. And that's it. I'm calling it the 1, 2, 3, the 4-part landing page that you can't fuck up. The only way you fuck it up is if you throw in some crazy design on the top of it. All right? And yes, there are way more beautiful landing pages. There's way more awesome landing pages. But this landing page is a super high conversion rate and a super high revenue per visitor. And I'm guessing if he makes this text a little bit smaller, he's going to also as well. I don't know. All right, there's too much text. I will say immediately there's way too much text. Nobody's going to read all this. All right. Brandon, this is incredible. It looks really good. Design-wise, I think you know it's cool. I think you know it's cool as fuck. There is a lot of text, and my concern is that people are not going to read it. But that is just me guessing. That is just me guessing, and we have no idea until we see the actual numbers. I legitimately, I thought that it was just going to be only this page right here, if I'm being honest with you. And I was going to tell you to make this H1 smaller and then move this because it confuses me a bit. Like, I almost want H1, H2, sign up. And maybe not even which build are you waiting for. And then just email address, join. No. I don't mind the 6 people waiting thing. And instead of alpha access for you, pick testers from this list of small groups so you can keep up with what each group finds. Instead of that, get rid of the M dash. Just maybe not even. Maybe not even anything. I think I would like to see you run an experiment where you follow the rule of the stream where less is more. And we try to remove as much text as possible. Because I'm getting overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. And I'm not trying to be harsh. Wiring it up is the setting up. There's no setting screen where the routing hides. Cast beacon draws your pipeline as a graph. Boxes for things, line for signal, dragging line from a stream to a platform, and that platform now receives that stream, unplug it, and it stops. That's really cool. It's actually dope. That's cool. I like that that's visual like that. You know I'm a huge visual guy. I like that's visual a lot. And this... I could almost see this being part of your hero. Like maybe even this way less text. And again, this is me purely guessing. I have no data to support this. This is just pure feels. This is pure vibes. I would run the website exactly how it is. See where you're at as far as conversion rates on impressions go. But for me, this could almost be a dope hero section right here. A little bit less text, so you have service, splitter, YouTube, Twitch, recorder. And maybe just a small explanation of what each element is inside of it. So H1, H2, cool little splitter thing. And then give me your email address and I'll let you know when it's live. Just like that. Like, give me it. Give me your email address right now. I agree, and that's on my mental list. Be super critical. It's fun and useful. You're a legend, Brandon. You're a legend. You did a great job here. You did. You know you did a killer job. Ops Creative, I love the testimonials. I've made it home without remembering how because I was thinking. That's exactly what I was talking about. That Smickle, that is exactly what I was talking about. Okay, I don't allow it to happen anymore because I have children. So I had to cut that. I had to actively cut that out of my life, but before I had kids, that was it's very easy for me to spiral into thought. Hey man, what are you building? Says Decipher AI. We're building Canvas right now. This is Canvas. This is Canvas. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
Hey, what is CNVS?
CNVS is a native macOS infinite canvas for building with AI coding agents. You can run agents, open terminals, browsers, and docs, and organize everything on one canvas tied to a project folder, so it feels like one cohesive workspace instead of a pile of separate apps.
Wow, that's really nice. All right, go to sleep. There's a lot of function of the app that is kind of obscure but also powerful. Was trying to educate a bit, but I agree. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard for me to give advice on it because it's an app that I haven't built anything near close to. I will say that on every landing page I've ever done, I've always focused very much on end user benefit and made it extremely clear and almost emotional over trying to explain all the features. I have personally witnessed both in real life, like in real life sales and one-on-one sales, and this is what I used to do. I used to do one-on-one sales. I've closed literally 1,000 deals. You can explain away your conversion rate. Having the landing page focus on benefit will always outperform explaining how it does it in any amount of depth. So like making it extremely clear end user benefits, and I wouldn't even worry so much about explaining how it gets there. Which I know that sucks. It's kind of shitty. It's kind of shitty. I wish it was more so like your landing page, like, because I am a builder. I wish your landing page could be more so, which I'm sure it could work. I'm sure people have figured out a way to make it work, where your landing page could be more so like explaining all the beautiful technology behind your app and the features and all of that. You know, but it's kind of like with my calorie tracker. Any of the marketing or whatever I've done where I've explained how Talk Macros handles taking your voice and finds the exact item with Perplexity Sonar and modifies the scale so you can say amounts in whatever unit you'd like and perfectly modifies the scale to accurately track your calories. And how there's algorithms baked in so that it can do it fully local once they're cached. Like if I were to explain that to someone as far as like a landing page versus I say my app makes it as easy as possible for you to stop looking like shit on the beach every summer. Track your calories with your voice in under 2 seconds. That last one hurts me because I spend so much time on my apps and making them technically great and try and build them in the best way possible and get into the nitty gritty and all that. But always start looking in the mirror and being proud of what you see. Track your macros in under 2 seconds with your voice. Talk macros is going to outperform. I built Talk Macros. It's a voice first AI calorie tracker. It uses Sonar Complexity, and I set it up so that it's very fast end to end, no matter where in the world you're tracking your calories from. And it has a bunch of caching so that the more you track, the faster it will be. And it has a whole unit conversion system, so it doesn't matter if you're logging in grams or whatever the fuck. It's always going to be perfectly accurate. Like, that will always underperform massively. It also doesn't lend. Yeah, that's a whole other thing I was thinking about too when I was reviewing your page, is that it doesn't lend itself to technical people. So I was wondering if it doesn't follow the same conversion rules. Unfortunately, I really don't think it does. I mean, I really think that it still is all the same anywhere. And that gets into what I do myself, is I try to say in my head, but this is different. Oh, but this thing is different. It's a highly technical tool, so this thing is different. Same thing with Canvas. CNVS. Oh, this is a highly technical tool, so this one is different. People are not buying emotionally. People are not, but it's not true. It's not true. Rule number 6. Chris Link says, true, keep it short and sweet, only benefits. Let people read more if they want to get educated. I may go for one explainer section and keep it brief and benefit driven. And remember, I wouldn't trash everything that you got so far, because there's a world in where you're exactly right. This is different. This is a thing that's very niche, is highly technical. So there is a world where you are 100% right and I'm wrong. So I would not trash everything you're doing. If anything, I would create the exact landing page that I described, like the from the framework that I described, and I would just A/B test it. By asking Canvas what's Canvas. How are you doing memory and context management for the harness you are using? So it's not a harness, technically. I mean, you could call it a meta harness. We built a memory system on stream here. We did a ton of research on a bunch of the studies. There's a whole hour stream. There's a whole hour-long part of one of my streams where I break down all of the research on the Canvas memory system. But it is a on-demand memory system that the agents have access to via an MCP server, meaning inside of Canvas, you're running Claude Code, you're running Codex, you're running Kimi Code, Quen Code, all these different harnesses, right? So a memory system kind of has to play nice with everything. And the way to do that was to create an MCP server that has a cross-agent memory system. The problem there is you run into the same problem that Hermes and OpenClaw had, where if you take the entire memory system, let's say we have an MD file that has short-term, medium-term, long-term memory, and the memories cascade through them and get more summarized as they go down. You run into the Hermes OpenClaw issue where contextual bloat is insane. So in order to destroy that, we made the memory system on demand, which the research shows there really is no context bloat because the agent only peels off memories as it needs them. So it literally searches through the memory system, finds relevant memory, and then includes that into the context. Which in daily using of it feels incredible. It feels awesome. So every agent inside of Canvas has the MCP server injected beforehand. And they have access to all the CLI tooling that allows you to spawn and prompt agents, and obviously the Canvas memory system. Oh, guys, new. So I told you last time, this tube light got fried. So I took my hair light, and this was my hair light or my rim light, and I put this in my like wall light or whatever you want to call it, background light, and got a new rim / hair light that's not a tube light. It's actually like a real rim light. And I feel like it's not dialed in right now. It's not perfect, but I feel like the separation that you see on my shoulders, and it's a little bit harsh on my hair right now on top of my head, but the separation that you see even on like the back of my chair from the background is unreal. Like, hold on one second. Let me show you something. So this is with no rim light. Like, see how I turn into mush and just I immediately the scene is 2D versus when I turn the rim light on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Amaze. All right, my people. I'm gonna go run the that's gonna be the end of the stream today. I'm gonna go run these tests that will hopefully make it so the iOS app is able to reach Canvas pretty much no matter what, because we're essentially caffeinating the MacBook and we're providing toggles so you can caffeinate as much as you want or not. But I'm gonna run the test for those. I'm gonna go have lunch. Tomorrow we're gonna do Canvas, and then the half of the day we're going to tonight I'm going to get we're going to have fun tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fun stream. Come by tomorrow. We're going to be live at 10:30 a.m. First half of the stream, Canvas mobile app. Second half, we're going to have fun. It's going to be a blast. I'll be live 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Gonna be dope. Gonna be dope. I have some vibe coding work for you if you want to earn more money. I do 100K in MR each month, vibe coding projects. But we're gonna need 200K MR then, because you're gonna have to make the first 100 and then I make the second 100. If I come on board, then you have to make the first 100 and then I make the second 100. Am I missing something? Am I an idiot? Thank you so much, Livestream BTC. I appreciate that. Join the Discord and let me know. Felipe, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Garlic Crouton, thank you. Marco said, what's good? Sorry for not being here. Won't happen again. I appreciate it. Livestream said, I want to grow the MRR base. I have a strong sales pipeline. I've been going for 16 months. I don't care as much for the monthly revenue. Kind of burned out. Oh, brother. Please join the Discord. All right, join the Discord and we'll talk some more. I've 100% been there with the burnout thing, and I know you don't want to. You probably don't want to, but surrounding yourself with a community is one of the greatest cures of all time to the burnout thing. Okay, because if you're at 100K MMR, you're probably a psychopath. You're probably fully locked in. You probably don't realize that you are not surrounded by a group of like-minded peers that have the same issues as you, that talk about the same things you talk about, that use the same language you talk about. And first off, you don't even realize it's happening, but you start diving into your... I've done this before the live stream. I've done this. You dive into your work at a level that no sane human being would do. You isolate, and then before you know it, you are 8 months down the road. There's DoorDash boxes on your desk. You haven't shaved or showered in 4 days or talked to a human being, and you burn yourself out. Livestream BTC says you are literally 150% spot on, because I've been there. Because I've been there. Not at 100K MMR. Congratulations. Congratulations. I haven't gotten there yet, but I have 100% been there with a bit less MMR. Just at me next time, says F in chat. Wait, that's my last 2 decades, dude, says Humble Ice Guy. Oh, man. Guys, we're all in this together. That's why we have to be nice to each other. That's why we keep the Discord the most positive, helpful atmosphere in the entire galaxy. If you haven't already joined the Discord, if you haven't already, it would mean the world to me if you went to cnvs.dev and checked it out. It's what we're building on the stream. If you haven't already, last ask from me, and this one is from the bottom of my heart. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're not going anywhere. Hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:30. Chris Link, thank you so much. Apps Creative, you already know you're a fucking legend. Humble Life Skills, same. Absolute humble the great. Humble the great. Vance says, feels good to know I'm not alone in this. 100%. 1,000%. It's the only reason why I've been able to keep going this long. Digital Nomad Media, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Garlic, you already know. Brandon, you already know. Keep going with your landing page. Keep going with the landing page. Incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible. I'm sure your product is going to be unbelievable too. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Nobody. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Thank you so much for the stream today. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. I'll see you